Hello, everyone. Jack is coming. We're just a little behind due to some technical difficulties, but we've got Peter. Peter, if you'd like to introduce yourself to the chat.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Yeah, it's all been all go. We're sorting out the mic. Get on the mic. Get on the mic.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've been working away all day because I'm doing this listing challenge.
Yeah.
Which has been kind of hell, really. It actually feels like work, which is not a good.
I feel like you've got your manager tapping on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, it's the other five. It's the other five, and one of them is Andrew,
yeah.
and one of them's Nick, and there's Derek and George is in there. But
he's not competitive, is he?
just a smidgen, just a little smidgen. But I'm trying to do 20 a day. Now, normally, I try and do at least 5. I normally do about 10. But doing 20 a day is just like I'm on 20 a day. It's
I think especially when you have to do that as well. It's not that I want to do that and I'll try to do it.
It's the thing I've said, but I cannot wait till Friday until it's all over.
Yeah.
I'm not going to list for like a month or something.
Yeah, you've done your
bit. You'll get there. You'll get there. Right, so we've got a few people in the chat. We'll say some hellos. So we've got Pete gets everywhere.
I do get everywhere. And normally I turn around and Peter Ray's behind me, but there you go.
Good evening, Peter Ray.
Good evening, Peter Ray. Thank you for coming in. We've got Jason. Hello, Jason. We've got Damien. Hello, Damien. Sorry, we are.
Yeah, we're running behind because our MacBook chargers just broke, and we've ordered a new one, but unfortunately Amazon don't have an hour delivery slot, and so so now we're on M's. Dad's. I ran around to his house.
We don't do well on Windows.
Yeah, picked up his laptop.
And wound it up.
We've got it going. We thought we were going to try and do it on our phones, which I don't even know if you can or not. But
I always think to myself, I should always buy like a spare, power supply for my laptop because it's gone before, and I've had to get sort of buy on other old machines, and I think why don't I just have a spare one? But I haven't got one. I haven't got one now. If my power supply went, I'd have to order one and panic again.
I think maybe we'll order 2 this time. Maybe
well, it don't cost that much. It's like 15, 20 quid or something.
I was going to say we just paid 25, but for a non-official Apple one. If that makes sense.
That'll be all right. Just plug anything in it, it'll be fine.
Stick a potato in there. That's Kieran's internet will be.
Potato. You got Vinny in. Hello, Vinny. Where else are we? Gonna be a bit we got ready. Where is he?
Where's your favourite?
Where is he?
Paul.
Chop, busy, work, bang, bang. Hello, thank you all for coming in. We got Anthony.
Is that their actual name? That's their actual name.
Yeah. We found this
last
out
week.
Time.
Paul said, no spoilers in. Would you like to do a mod? I can't actually do it on StreamYard, but
we'll sort it out for next week. If the charger didn't die, that might have been something we've done instead.
We've got Paradox Picker in. Hello, dude. How you doing? Right. Let me scroll. We've got Kieran in. Hello, Kieran.
We've heard me talk about his internet then.
We had a good pickup today, Kieran, I think. Or I saw he was saying...
I think
it looked like a little combine harvester in there.
We saw that.
I did see that,
we all thought it was a tractor.
We were convinced it's a tractor, but he had to school us that it was a maize harvester or something like that.
He knows his stuff.
I'm convinced he's just stolen it from work. It's like he's in the back office somewhere and he's had it.
So tell us about these the listing challenge then. What's I know there's 5 of you.
Nick has done it before. He did it with Derek, and Derek absolutely wiped the floor with him. So Nick really instigated it, and it's the Payne brothers, which are Derek and Richard Payne. Andrew's in there, wanting to win it, but he is a bit busy at the moment, so he's not.
He's doing the charity challenge as well with us. So
right. Who else is in there? George Ross is in there, and Nick. So 6 of us actually. Yeah, Nick Hills. He's the one to blame for everything. So basically, you list as much as you can. And we're taking it on number of items listed, and you're not allowed to draft beforehand. You're not allowed to do any photos, which it did cross my mind on kind of Sunday. I was thinking, I could get a head start, but I thought, no, just research a few prices, and that's about all you can do. And so we're looking at number of items, and we're looking at monetary value. So on, I think it was Monday, a couple of days ago, we did a stream, and it was just how we did on that first day, and it was all very close. We're all kind of listing. I think the highest number listed was about 35 or 32.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
the lowest was about 14, but all the monetary values were around about the same. All about sort of like, I think the lowest was 600, the highest was just over 1,000, which was Richard.
Ah,
But
wow.
those Payne brothers, I just think they live in like a warehouse where they can like,
Yeah, just pick and choose.
dart around. And I just imagine Nick has just got a bundle of like CDs and he's
That's
just going,
Yeah.
definitely.
he's going whack, 1, 2. Whereas I'm like testing a VHS recorder, but it doesn't work, and it's taking me
Does
like.
it count if you're scanning it into list, or is it a
No,
purely
it all
list?
counts.
It all counts. Okay.
I think we should do like size of the item, and then I'll win it. No trouble at all. All this media that's going on.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's good fun. I mean, what it is, it's not. We're winding each other up a little bit with like who's winning and that, but it's a little bit of banter. Obviously, there's always going to be banter, but it's the motivation, and it is good because I mean, I've really been concentrating on sourcing lately, and even though I like doing consistent listing, it's taken a little bit of a back seat. But this week, my God Almighty, it has felt like a proper job. Like I said to you, with that lot. Being round up. But the results will be next Monday. So
we'll have to check in and see how that's going on.
Yeah,
we'll be rooting for you.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to be in the middle somewhere. Like I say,
it's a safe ground.
I'm looking forward to it finishing. I really.
Once you've done your bit and you move,
pass your probation.
Well, I've been trying to get my shop. I mean, one of my goals at the start of the year, or before all this lockdown or whatever, I've been on 500 and couldn't seem to sort of, you get a number on your shop. You can never seem to get more than that. And not that it's particularly a good thing, because you want to sort of just get the stuff sold. But one of my aims was to get to 1,000. And I just wasn't doing it. I was putting stuff on it, selling,
That's a good thing.
It's good. But it's got to
reach that.
Oh no, it's got to almost 600 now. So I've almost gone up a level. 20 a day it should do really. But
ours was averaging about 200 to 250. Now we're up to like maybe 350.
Yeah, 350 to 400.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's just things aren't selling. Well, things are selling, but I don't know. I can't work out.
We've been buying a lot of stuff. So
we've been buying a lot. So then, as long as we list it, you don't mind.
It's good if you have those numbers and it all goes through. Then that's perfect. Really, I've got some real old stuff that's like from the last millennium, probably just still kicking around.
Well, we're hoping to see maybe see one of these.
I've got
in the tell in a minute.
Got a few bits.
Nice. Right, so we're going to firstly start off with Dawn's question of the week.
So, Peter, this is Em's mum, if you didn't know before.
It's actually become a little bit of a thing.
Yes,
Dawn. I love it.
So, good evening, everyone. My question of the week to Peter is, what did he do in a previous life before reselling?
Well, I had like proper office jobs, like proper jobs.
Ah.
Yeah. So I don't know what you want to know. Who I work for? I work for a range of companies,
Or just what you did.
As it comes, yeah.
I was what they call I worked in reward and pay and reward, and basically it's working out how much people in the company get paid. So you look at salary surveys and things like that, and then you work out sort of what bonus scheme you should do and what bonuses people get paid. So you get to see everyone's salary in like the companies you work for, which is a bit of an eye opener. So I mean I'd done that for probably about I'd done it from about 20 years working doing that, and I'd had enough really. Once you've seen a spreadsheet with everyone's pay on once, you've seen it a million times.
Difference, I imagine.
Yeah. But that's what I did. And I did go. I know you've done quite a lot of traveling. When I finished university, I went to university down in Brighton, and I did that, and then I got a job, and I got such a shock getting a job. I think I did it for a year. And then I thought I've got to go travelling, and I went travelling in '95. So did the whole kind of like Australia, New Zealand thing. But that's about the only exciting thing I've done. So
did you go over to Asia at all, or just
only to Thailand because we had to stop on the way. No, we didn't actually go there for any length of time. Although I have been to Sri Lanka since.
Oh, Sri Lanka's beautiful. 100%. Yeah.
we were we arrived there. We only got the flight, and it's the sort of thing I do, with my mates. I only got the flight to Australia and got there and didn't know where I was staying, and was wandering around like the red light district at 2 a.m. trying to find my mates. But he could, Sri Lanka was exactly the same. Like we flew in there, we only got the flight. We got did you get the taxis? Like we got this van taxi, not the tuk-tuks, but we got a taxi from the airport down to Hikkaduwa, which is like the area.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought I was going to die. The way they drive is absolutely nuts.
India was crazy.
We got on a lot of local buses, and it's just different class, just different.
Absolutely unbelievable. God, just even thinking about it now. But we had our book. What are those books called? Like the Globe. I forget what they're called. Like the guide books.
Global. No. Lonely Planet, that sort of thing.
Lonely Planet sort of thing. Yeah. I think there's another one. But we had that, and we're going, okay, we go to this like place where they might have rooms there, and we all went there. It's me and two mates. After this sort of like, I don't know how long the plane was, about 6 hours. This taxi ride where I thought I was going to die. I've got my rucksack on, and we say, "Have you got any rooms?" And they like, "No, we haven't got any rooms." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm in Sri Lanka, and I'm just going to be."
Did you say this is in the 90s, or was this?
That would have been around about. Yeah, probably just late 90s, I think. I can't
so you didn't have Airbnb or like
no, we didn't have phones. We didn't take phones with us.
Yeah, book that done.
No, nothing like that. I mean, it's really weird. It's really weird when I was in Australia, I used to have to queue up in the post office to pick up a post restaurant letter and all this sort of thing. So there was, I mean, email did exist. But you didn't use it because you didn't have like a phone with you.
Wow.
So
that is impressive.
I didn't even have a digital camera when I was there. I don't think digital cameras have got going. So it's really weird.
Cool.
That's awesome. Right. We'll say a few more hellos and then we'll get onto our show and tell, if that's all right.
So we've got Sean in. Hello, Sean. Hi, Gemily. Look forward to your stream every Thursday. And Peter, great guy. Nice to have him in the chat this week. Oh,
thank you very much.
He had us on his channel.
Yeah.
It was our second ever stream we went on. So he's not on just because we were on his. We want him on anyway. But
that was a good one actually. Yeah, Nick.
Really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Nick, John, Luke, and us.
John Luke. Yeah.
It was good.
That was a good one.
I'm actually doing another one of those because I haven't. My original plan was I'll do one once a week. It'd be brilliant. And then it was like I'll do one every 2 weeks, and then like I might do it every month. But it's such a thing to organise. But I'm going to do one next Wednesday. And I've got Z on it.
Nice.
I've got Shelster Rooney, who's been on one before, and I've got Cola Flipper Lee. So I'm looking forward to that.
That'd be good. Yeah, Lee did this first one with John Luke. It was a really good stream.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really close to 1K as well. So hopefully get him over.
Yeah, no, awesome. No, we definitely want to have Lee. We sort of talked through a list of people. We're looking forward to having a mix of people on, hopefully. Yeah,
he really knows his stuff.
Oh, so much.
Definitely.
So we got Richard in. Hello, Richard. Thank you for coming in. We've got Carl. Hello, Carl. Sorry, this laptop is very ancient.
Yeah. If anyone's just come on, the reason we were a couple of minutes late, our MacBook charger died. I had to run around to Em's dad's and borrow a laptop.
Good job, he's close.
Yeah. So that was very lucky. So we are on. We're on a different laptop. So.
Love it. So we got David. Yeah, thanks, Dad, if you're watching.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Sprout in. Hello, dude. How you doing? Right. Evening all. Sorry, let's party. Just watched Ian Bill make a fool of himself.
I'm not. I don't know what that
again. You always make a fool of himself.
But no, thank you, dude.
Thank you from EastEnders.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched EastEnders for years.
We got Closet Geek. Hi, Joe and Lauren. It's either Joe and Joe, Lauren, or Lauren and Joe. Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Are
we doing?
Start with Hannah.
Let me just get to the bottom.
You might as well. There we go. And
almost
and
there.
Claire. Oh, and yeah. Gonna click that. There we go. You just jumped. Where was it?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I mean, the chats. We'll get. Oh, it's not moving.
I know, you can't do it like
Joe, Closet Geek was asking why I'm called the Vinegar Jar. I picked that name because it's like the worst kind of YouTube reselling name you can have. No one will ever look at it and think, I must check out that brilliant reselling channel because it's probably about vinegar. No, it's not. Although that's crossed my mind, I chose the name because it was an item I had sourced, which turned out to be a complete dud.
I was going to say, was it so good that's why you named it, because it was such a good find?
No, it's so bad, and it was kind of like whenever I went sourcing, it was like, don't get another blooming vinegar jar, you know. Or if I got a duffer, it's I got a vinegar jar, you know. So it's like what not to get, really. But,
I've never bought a vinegar jar.
Yeah, don't get vinegar jars.
I know Joe and Lauren got one the other day.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a cool one.
Yeah, it might just be my vinegar jar. Who knows?
We got Claire and hello, Claire. Right, are we going to go into show and tell?
Yes. So we'll start with the guest, of course. Peter, what should we start with? Most recent? Yeah, most recent pickup. So something you picked up recently. It can either be your favourite or the thing in most.
Well, it's not the absolute most recent.
No, but
it's fairly recent. I've got two actually.
Whenever. Yeah,
because my last pickup was 10 video recorders, which isn't that exciting, really.
No,
here's the video. I've got two things. One I picked up within the last week, and one I picked up sort of within the last month. And one's crap, but one's quite nice. So this. Okay, and it was £1 or something. And I picked it up and I thought, oh, what am I doing picking that up? And then I got it home and I played. I'm not going to play it because it would just go on forever.
You can play it. You can turn it off after.
Well, hang on. Let's see. Here we go. This is what he did. It's Rapper's Delight.
I've never seen that before.
It's not a test. I'm rapping to and my friends are gonna try to rock your feet. Oh, I'll turn it. He's not turning off. He's possessed. Let me just whip one of these batteries out. There we go. So I originally got him and thought, what am I doing picking up stuff rubbish like that up? And then I got it home and tested it out and pressed the button, and he started doing Rapper's Delight, and I thought, this is genius. And then I looked up the price and thought, oh no, it is rubbish. So he cost £1. He's probably worth about 15 quid tops. But I love him, and the kids love him. They're all going, you're going to keep him, aren't you? You're going to keep him. So that's a bit of a tough one. But the good one that I like, it's down here. I was listing this today. Now I picked up. It's a Clarinet. I've never picked one up before.
Give us a tune.
I don't know. Sorry, my microphone falling over. I don't know if I can.
Clumsy Thursdays.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, still here. Yeah. Have you ever played one? Is this going to be a first, or is this something you grew up playing?
No, I've never played a clarinet. So
go on.
First time for everything.
Shall I give it a go? It is this end, isn't it?
It's a spittoon.
This is going to be X-rated. It's very wrong. I'm sure you pressed something. I've got a note out of it anyway.
Nice.
There we go.
Lovely.
Very good.
Isn't it a snake charmer, or in Star Wars in the canteen? You know what I mean? It's a bit
snakes in the tap room.
I love it. Thank you for our little serenade.
Yeah, that was lovely. We'll do a reseller YouTube band, all right? And you've got your spot.
But they're difficult to list because a lot of them on eBay say recently serviced, or clarinet in the key of B flat, and I'm like, use clarinet.
Yeah.
It's what it is
on YouTube.
You can plug it now.
So how much was it, and what's it worth? And what's the name on it? Is there a brand on it?
Yeah, what is it? This one's a Bose and Hawks, and I've got another one.
Okay.
Clandon or something.
I've heard his first name before.
And they cost 15 quid each. I put them on for 60 each. I think that might well be pushing it. They might go for, they might go for 30 each. But like I said, I've never sold one. That's why I find it, that's why it's an interesting pickup for me. And I know, have you picked up a few instruments before?
We bought before, so maybe we bought a few violins, a couple of guitars. Not since.
We picked up a couple of recorders.
Yeah, and we bought them. Yeah,
and we listed them. Well,
apparently we sold it in the wrong. It was in the.
It was like
he said it was a different one, and I thought they were just all the same. But obviously, I guess some are different.
Sort of different tone or something.
Whatever, But we did really
tenor or something else. We listed it in the wrong thing.
We did do really well on a Casio. I think it was Casio. Was it Yamaha? I've been Yamaha trumpet. We bought an auction for 120 and got 300 or 500 for.
Yeah.
I mean, done really well at that a while ago. That was before YouTube.
I know. I almost bought a trombone. I saw a trombone at a boot fair, and I almost bought it because it's like, wow, it's a trombone. But I think it was about 60 quid, and he was showing me it, and he said, "There's only one thing wrong with it. There's a thing." And as soon as he said that, I was like, "Well, as someone who knows nothing about it."
But no, that's cool.
A dink's not what you're meant to have in a brass instrument.
No, exactly. What am I going to do? Am I going to try and bash that out? It's good work, is it?
Right, I just say a couple of because I'm a bit behind in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the scroll bar and it is over halfway.
So we got Louise in, new here. Hey, Louise.
You do that. I'll play my clarinet.
Yeah. New here. Hey, hello, Louise. Thank you for subscribing in. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, we've got 82 in the chat, guys, which is amazing.
Guys,
really,
so
really grateful for that. Just joined. It's a music lesson. Music lessons with Peter.
So you got Louise in. Hello, Louise. Thank you for coming in. Right, and I'm gonna have to. I think people are talking amongst themselves.
Yeah.
So we've got Peter Ray in.
They always talk amongst themselves.
I know. How rude of them. But guys, 85 of you. If you probably already are, because Peter's a great guy with an awesome channel. But if you're not, please do definitely go check him out. Give him a sub. It's full of great content, and he does some fixing videos as well.
Find it, fix it, vlog it.
Yeah. Nobody likes the fixing videos. It's like.
I don't know how to fix anything. I'll just sell it for parts.
So we got Aaron in, and he says, "Surely Andrew can't win both."
Aaron, one, you're saying you're not going to win your own one, then we're not going to win, and then I don't know about Z. I don't know how Z's doing.
Right, then we got Kath in. Hello, Kath. Right, and I will stop it there, and we'll say, and then I'll come back to the chat.
Yes. Okay. So this, guys, is our most recent purchase, and
what is that? Our
most favourite purchase of recent as well. Let me just put my head.
Can anyone guess?
Yeah. First, Peter, can you guess what this is?
My mum got it right.
Yeah, don't look at the chat if anyone says it, but can you guess first?
I'm looking at the chat. Does it hold something?
If I turn it, you might.
It looks like bellows. It looks like a pair of. Oh, is it a magazine rack?
I will show you. So it opens up. We're back to front. If you hold that side.
Okay. That's probably where we'll break it.
We'll break it now.
It's like a peacock.
It is, and it is a fire guard. So it's a.
Lovely.
I'm gonna not cut him's head off. I can see you, but you can't see me. Right? I can see.
I can see
through the grid. But it's brass, obviously, and it's got a Phillips screw in it, so it can't be that old. It's probably in the style of. If I leave it there we go. It's in the style of, I think, like a French, maybe Art Nouveau. I'm not sure, but a French sort of fire guard. We paid 20, and. I mean, I've seen them go from 50 to 150. Now, I imagine maybe the 150s are the original, the antique ones. And if this is a repro, maybe we're at the 50 end. I don't know. But we're actually going to keep it now. So we need to stop keeping. No, but we'll keep it. Our deal is we're keeping one of anything that we like until we get the house. And if it doesn't fit in the house, we can sell it. So
the trouble is, I mean, I'm keeping loads of stuff, but I'm not trying to. I'm just keeping it because it's not selling. So that's the bad thing,
Use it until it sells. Keep it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I had a feeling there was a profit in it. And he had it up for 28. It's a regular guy we buy from. You've not seen our video from last Wednesday. It's that gentleman. And
I think it's cool.
I think it's cool. Yeah. So if we have a house or a fireplace. We're going to have it. If not, we'll sell it. So that is our recent pickup. So I can't play it like you can play yours, but it's.
Question from Damien: has the push in listings this week translated into more sales, like we're told happens? Jim, this is for you, Peter.
Well, look at that face. He just rolled his eyes and shrugged his.
I've had a good day today. I've had like £320 day today. So hang on, let me have a look at my last few days, and I'll tell you. Where are we? So I've had 315. Yeah, my last 3 days have all like 111, 116, and 315. So that's pretty good, really.
Yeah.
At the start, a month ago, like this time a month ago, it was really went dead. But I think it's because at the start of August, everybody went on holiday. They were all kind of like funneled into going in on holiday at that time, and now sort of people are back. But yeah, it always has a good effect. I mean, some of the items I've listed have sold, and I think it's dragged. Activity on your shop is always the key thing. And when you're talking about activity, there's nothing better than listing. It's a big light, something's going on in this shop sort of thing.
Quick question, actually, before we get on to quick questions later.
No question.
Would you rather you list something that sells you want, that you sell it the same day, or would you rather something that you've listed ages ago sell? Would you be more happy if an older thing sold, or something you've just listed, bam, it's out the door real quick?
I'd rather get rid of an older thing, because it's kind of like getting rid of a mistake. When something sells that has been around for, I tend to sort of take stuff off and list it back. But I've still got stuff I might have had for like 2 or 3 years, and it was just the wrong thing to get rid of. And I do chuck stuff, but sometimes something that's been hanging around for ages, and you're just so glad it's gone. And if I've listed something, the stuff I've sourced more recently should be better buys. So I've got more kind of faith that it is going to go. Whereas, if I looked at my shop and I looked at all the stuff I've still got on it from 3 years ago, and the stuff I've got that's been put on it in the last sort of month, the stuff from 3 years ago is rubbish. It is, because you learn. You learn.
We're hopeful that. And I'm sure I can speak for everyone, we are learning every year, every month. Like every car boot we go to, we say, oh, don't buy that again, because we've learned not to, or whatever. We're hopefully always learning. So our stock.
You'll always learn. There's never going to be a day where you wake up and you go, that's it, I've got everything. I've got, constantly.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Aaron's saying, didn't we agree Dawn section was going to have an intro? I know, but we
so
don't have premium.
Once we pay for StreamYard, we can get all the intros in it. We'll have an intro to show itself, intro to Dawn's thing, and intro,
Kieran said, I can't believe I couldn't answer Em's mum's question last week. Got it. Don't be silly. We'll
right.
He's felt the pressure.
We know our questions, but we don't know. Oh, I've just unplugged myself.
It's silly, wasn't it? Right, are we going for the second?
Yes. So this is your which one do you want to go for? I'll let you decide.
We'll go for something that hasn't sold.
Yeah, so something that has been sat around.
Because I don't know if you saw, but Kieran got a sale.
Yeah, Kieran's thing he put up and got a sale from doing it. So,
it wasn't a tin of soup, was it, that he bought up? What did he bring?
Yes, it was a shirt. But it was like £5 free postage just to get rid of it. It wasn't a lot, But a sale is a sale.
Oh God, it's big as well.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
It's a Rex Barkey phone.
Wow.
From Teleconcepts.
I've never seen that. No.
So it's an animatronic thing that you plug into your phone. Let's get him out. And when the phone rings, or when you put someone on speaker, he talks. He talks like that. And I think these were on like the first series of Graham Norton, when he used to ring people. He would have
that seems quite really a collectible niche.
You would think so, wouldn't you? But I've got it on for $24.99. The thing is, I don't think he works, which is a bit of a pain. And the plug on it is a 110 volt, which is states, and it's it's a US plug, so it's the wrong voltage. So whether someone's plugged it in and blown it up, I've got no idea. But he's on my store for parts for like $24.99. I'd get rid of him for like 15 quid if I could. But
anyone in the chat that wants
10p. No, it's
ABC. not JVC, was it QVC? QVC.
But he's lovely, you know, condition, but he's just been hanging around. And
how long?
Oh my God.
We're talking a year or so.
Let's see, the year was 1970. No, probably 3 years at least. And the weird thing was, I saw Z did a stream about a year ago, and he went, "I've got this great bit of animatronics," and he went, "Boom, I've got this," and he had it, and I was like, "Oh God, I've got one of those. I can't shift the thing." And I spoke to him about a month later, and I was going, "Oh, you still haven't listed your Rex Barkey phone, have you?" And he went, "Oh no, I just sent it to auction and got rid of it." I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe he's got rid of it in a month, and I've still got mine after 3 years."
I think it'd be worth buying an adapter maybe and seeing if it can if it works.
Yeah, maybe I could stick it because I've got like a multi-voltage adapter that you know.
It might sell, if someone can guarantee it working. And I'm not one to fix stuff, whereas you are. So.
Well, yeah, I'm not an expert, I'll tell you, but I might give that a go. Actually, I did think that because when I got it out, because I knew I was showing it, it suddenly occurred to me that it would be a different, 110 voltage. So hopefully, it's just the plug adapter that's gone and not this. And if I try a proper, because it's a 9-volt in here, but we'll see. I don't know if it works. I'll let you know.
Have you got one of those what's it called, the multi
voltage?
Yeah, I just got it from Amazon. You get it from Amazon Basics for about
we never had one.
Someone recommended it.
Yeah, we never really, some stuff if we didn't have the plug, we just didn't test it, and we sold it for untested and still earned money. But now we can test it a bit easier
because you get about like 6 different volts you can put it on, and you get like 6 different size of plugs. Polarity you can change around because sometimes you need to do that. So yeah, I mean, I didn't get one for ages, and then as soon as I got one, I was like, oh, brilliant! I can get so because the amount of time. No, I haven't got any affiliate links or anything like that. But the amount of times, I might buy like a PS1 and I just don't have an adapter for it. It's anything that needs those plugs is right pain, isn't it?
Well, we picked up the PS2 Slim adapters, power adapters. Picked up one of them up for £1. Was it yesterday? They're always handy because it's a different plug, isn't it? Different power source than your average PS2.
And what I've started doing is just holding back one of each one. So I've got like a PS1 Slim, PS2 Slim, got a GameCube one. If I make sure I've got one, and if I pick up consoles, and I'd sell them without the power supply as long as I've got one. If I start picking up 2 or 3, then I'd sell them with it. But,
Yeah, cool. Right, before we go on to ours, Em's going to just catch up.
I have missed quite a few chats, so hello if I've missed you on the chat. We're on on my father's computer.
On the laptop, and it keeps jumping a bit slow. But,
so hello anyone who I've missed their comments.
Well, I think the laptop was fine. I think it's just us.
We've got a bit of everyone guessed fire guards.
Yeah. So everyone knew.
We got George in. Hello, George.
Hey,
Thanks for coming in.
He should be listing actually.
Right, let me scroll.
You probably jumped.
If you've got any questions,
if we missed the question, please do drop it down. But
Kieran's asked, "What's your eBay page?"
It's called Winbras. I mean, it's on my. If you look at any of my sales videos, it's always on there. People keep asking me for a link, but I'm too kind of when I'm asked directly like that, I don't normally put it on. But you can see my shop name. Just search for Rex Barkey Phone. He's
the only one trying to sell it.
It's the only one, yeah, it's true. Michael's asking what level of shop I have as well, and I have the middle shop.
Middle shop. Okay, that's cool. We're on the basic.
Yeah, we're on basic. Yeah, but I think as we start paying for more, I think we're allowed. Not allowed. You're given like 250 listings for buying now.
I think I went up as soon as I thought it was limiting my profit. So I didn't look in terms of if I listed 100 more items, it would cost me this in fees because you pay per item. I kind of thought, well, if I'm limited by the amount I'm listed and I can list 2 more things that will get me £70 worth of profit, it's worth doing it. It's worth making the jump. So I wouldn't go back anyway. So you get
I think once you outgrow it, so to speak, you continue. Just to catch up, we apparently missed a super chat by Kieran, and then he's messaged super chat for that note, Peter. I mean, which I don't know what note.
The note.
Oh, the note. Oh, okay. Right. Well, thank you, Kieran.
If I play a whole tune, does he pay like 50 quid?
There we go. Thank you, Kieran.
This laptop is so
We've just gone over
I
100,
know.
105 people in the chat. I'm
Wow, guys,
I'm
thank
really
you so
surprised.
much for
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
in.
I'm gonna say it again, guys. If you haven't already, definitely go check
Loney.
check Peter's channel out. Give him a sub. I'll say you probably already are, but
I'll tell
definitely.
you what, I'm quite near 2,000 actually. I think.
Oh,
Wow, that's awesome.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I say close, relatively close. I'm at
Nice,
18,
yeah,
18 something, so
yeah.
Nice.
I should do a giveaway or something. Maybe a Rex Barker phone.
You could do a giveaway of your music. You could serenade people.
CDs. Bring out CDs. Right, you go. Are you still in the chat?
Yeah, Anthony said, why don't you do a boot fair with all the junk that doesn't sell?
Junk, quality goods.
Yep.
Quality items. I couldn't stand all those people who buy at boot fairs coming up to me wanting to buy stuff off me. It'd do my head in.
Have you ever sold at a boot fair?
No, I've never sold.
No, really?
Oh, you love it.
I love selling at a boot fair. Yeah.
I think I saw you at the A3, but it's
Yeah,
before I'd actually watched you.
Anyway.
Because I remember someone sort of saying, "You interested in anything?" I was like, "No, I'm not." And then I saw your videos and I thought, "Hang on a minute, I'm sure that was
really
guy." Because you did have interesting stuff. I mean, you were quite well laid out, and I was like, "Oh, yes, this takes my interest."
Yeah, we cleared a lot. Like I said, we used to sell every week at our local one when it was open before COVID. And
I don't like it.
You don't like it, but I used to try and our presentation to me was important. Like I tried to lay it out properly, and the one at A3 was very much like it was thrown down. But we were selling it a lot cheaper to clear. Yeah. And this thing may be going to a car boot. I'll move on to what is sat around for a while for us. So it is a Texaco. Where's the label? There you go, Texaco. Basically toy car. I guess it would maybe originally been a promotional piece.
Yeah.
Splinter bloodplast. What language is that? German?
You're talking Finnish or Flemish or something.
Let's see if I can get.
That's just him talking English.
He's just drunk again, isn't he?
Hey, you. I can't get that label. But
how much you got that on for then? 100 quid.
Maybe 10 or 15. Yeah, it's not a lot of money. Or maybe we started at 15. Maybe it's down to 10. But I paid 5 for it ages ago, thinking advertising stuff.
That was from the A3, actually.
Yeah, Texaco.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it was the first time we was up at the A3, which was just after lockdown. So yeah, a few months now, whatever. And yeah, I saw it at 5, and it was from a trader, so that's probably why it was a 5, obviously. But and I just thought, you know what, an advertising piece, toy collection, anything like that.
20 quid, maybe, if
I thought 5 into 20, quick sale, I'll be happy with that. And yeah, it just never got really any interest. Get my words out. I'm going to check that it's still online. Knowing me, I've taken it down. That's why it's not.
Are you doing with your genie cookie jar? Although apart from the 20 followers that followed it after it was on stream.
Yeah. I sent out offers. It was on for 20.
I know you did. I got one.
You got one.
I was like, I'm unfollowing this.
So I sent 22.50 out because it's 7.50 posters all in. So 30 all in hope that at least someone comes back with 20.
But you still got it.
I've still got it. Yeah.
It was weird that thing the cookie and jar had to be together.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Really weird.
Be careful, guys, when you list, because we put what was it?
Cookie storage jar.
Cookie storage biscuit jar or something. And I was putting in Aladdin cookie jar, and you'd think you'd find it because all the words are in the title, but it couldn't find it. And it was like it was treating cookie space jar as one word, or really weird.
Do you think the keywords would just be the keywords? But
yeah,
I don't know. Thank you. So we've got a question. Question for Peter: why do you like buying electronics that don't work? Although I do seeing how you fix them on your YouTube channel.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what, I just buy what's there to make money. So I mean, if I did see a store with loads of really nice vintage clothes, I'd buy it. If I saw one with loads of good games or just like interesting knick-knacky items, I'd buy it. But just a lot of the stuff around me is electronics. I mean, like I say, I was at one on Wednesday, I think it was, and a guy, he must have had like 200 bits of audio visual equipment, and it was like, well, I've got to get it. But I have got a whole, range of stuff. Really, it's not all electronics by any means. So all sorts of rubbish here. So
Right, should we go on to? Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
no, go on. We're going to the next one.
I was going to say, well, I've shown him off. Well, that was out of shot.
So the
Yes,
last
first.
is
Yes. Your
recent sale.
yes,
a
so
recent sale. Yeah.
a
The
recent sale, the highest value, or just as in just something that you something you like.
Well, this came off. I must knock my mic again. This came off the shop for a while because my son was talking about having it.
Okay.
But it's an X Games Los Angeles skateboard, and that sold this morning actually. So it's quite a recent, and it's a nice looking thing. It needs probably a bit of an oil and everything. But my son's bought a new one. We're going to get one new for him. And this, I got an offer on this. It was up for 50. I think I bought it for 7. So the offer came in for 45. And I was kind of half asleep this morning. I was like, yeah, I'll have that. And then when I looked at it, there was a note in there saying free postage.
Oh no!
But I checked this out now, and it makes sense because obviously, if you have auto accept on, it's not even going to look at that note; it's just going to accept it. And according to eBay, any notes like that can be ignored. But what I did was I just messaged the bloke and said, "For your information, postage is on top of this. Let me know if you want to cancel." And we agreed that I'd actually just, because I was happy with the price, I'd give him a £3. It was a £6.49 postage because it's Hermes, but I'd give him a £3 as a goodwill gesture. So he's ended up paying like 42 plus a 6.49. So that's a nice big old thing. But
what year is it? Is it?
I've no idea. I mean, it's got 12 on it. I mean, I don't know whether that means it's 2012. Could do. But really nice sort of.
I know some penny board skateboards or longboards definitely can do really well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about them at all, but
that's how we go to things. I have no idea, but I'll have a go at it.
Wing in.
And if you earn some money, happy days.
Yeah.
You'll package it. It'll be fine. Are you going to do
compared to some of the stuff you package up? It's like.
Are you going to wrap it so you can still see it's a skateboard? Because it should be one thing, or are you gonna? Is it going to be in a big box or?
I'll stick it in a poly bag. No, I'll just make a box and make the end. What I normally do is like do a cylinder, like a rectangular cylinder, and then just stick 2 ends on. So it's really just like 3 rectangles, a big rectangle and the 2 that go like that at the end, and that normally keeps it pretty solid. So.
Okay. Well, I hope it gets there safe and sound.
So you got Ricky in. Hey, mismatch. You've missed Peter paying the Clarinet.
You're going to want to rewind this. You're going to want to rewind it.
This has to be organised as our laptop charger broke.
It's a bit late.
I almost broke my mic.
Yeah,
you've missed Dawn's question of the week.
You missed the rapping Homer Simpson as well.
Yeah. But you haven't missed.
The highlights reel would be good at this, wouldn't it? Like do a quick highlights reel. Do the
and Rex Barkey Phone. If you need Rex Barkey Phone, I do have one.
And
let me say that name again, Rex Barkey Phone.
Oh, what was it?
Rex Barkey Phone. 14.99.
What's it look like?
We got tea cakes in. Hello.
Right, am I doing ours?
Yes.
Am I doing a little side of it?
Hello.
Right, this is, as you can see, a tugboat. It is a wooden sort of, I don't know if it's scratch built or if it's a kit, but it is an RC.
I think our channel is just becoming boats and lanterns.
You know what it looks like? You know what it looks like when you go to like a park or a zoo or something, and they have a little lake, and you can put 20p in a machine. There's like 6 machines at the side, and it's been nicked from one of those. There's a little lake pond somewhere.
There's
there's 5 controllers, but one of the boats is missing, and whoever gets that controller is stuffed.
Trademark of Longleat Zoo. Okay, no. So we bought this a few weeks back, and I paid 30. He wouldn't move on the price.
Someone tried to buy it.
Someone tried to buy it off me as I was walking away. And you know what? I was going to put it on. We do buy it now, so most of our stuff, unless we're really not sure the price. And I was going to put it on for £100 buy it now, just because I think it's well built and it's, I don't think there's any reason why
It's got a transmitter. It's got a transmitter with it.
It's on its own, so it would be untested. I did say that the prop spins without issue. What are you laughing at? Nick? But Nick from Chessington Roller Adventures.
We haven't.
But I've done a £50 auction just to see what it went for, and it went for about 63. Which, okay, yeah, there's still profit there, but like, I think I could have got more. I think we just had some auctions left to use, and I thought, oh, why not?
You do quite a few auctions, don't you? I don't go near auctions at all.
Yeah.
We used to. I'd say a year ago. We used to do mainly auction.
Our shop was
last Christmas.
Yeah, our shop was only auction before we had a shop. Basically, before we paid for the shop, it was only auction, and our rule of thumb was 10-day listings, Thursday to Sunday, or 7-day relist on Sunday. Every single week. Get everything you buy ready on that Thursday.
That's so brave doing that.
But then everything would finish on a Sunday, so we have like a.
So it was a 7 o'clock sort of time, or
Well, sometimes on Sunday we used to go from like midday till night, and it would scatter every 5 minutes all the way throughout the day. I'm pinging all Sunday.
Nice.
And then
but then Sunday night, Monday morning
was ruthless. I'm packaging but
now we've changed to a shop. I wouldn't change back.
Now I like to buy it nows. Yeah, growing up when I first started eBay, I used to buy it nows, and then I moved over to auction. But now we're back to buy it now. I like the control of buy it now.
Definitely.
But yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
one.
I only use auctions for. I kind of go through a process in my shop where like I put it on the price, and then I do like cut it by 10%, cut it by 20%, and relist, and keep doing this. And then when the value gets so low, I just like I'll just stick it on an auction. But it's only after about 6 months that happens. So.
Yeah, or bundled. If we're not sure, if things haven't sold, we might bundle a few things together, do an auction. Or like I said earlier, if we're not sure on a price, do an auction. With a minimum starting price. It's always I never do it 99p.
Never do 99p.
No. I saw someone sold something for a penny. They put a penny auction on, and I thought you got one bid. I'm thinking, like,
I sold some weights one. This is kind of like probably 20 years ago before I actually did I was doing eBay, but not as a full time. And I just sold some like barbell, arm barbell weights. I thought, I've got to get rid of those. I'll put them on for 99p. They're bound to go for a tenner. They went for 99p. And then, the bloke comes round and he gives you a... But I've done the same. I mean, I think I bought like a child gate, like a, kiddies thing you put on the stairs. And I got it for £1. And I went round there and I got it for 99p. I mean, I didn't ask it for the change. But I did feel really bad. Like, there's your pound.
Someone said, click on that. Where'd you go? Chris... Stop scrolling.
Sorry.
Stop scrolling. There you go. Can anyone find Rex Barker phone? I can't. We need a link.
That is a legally binding contract.
Yeah. I mean, don't worry about eBay. We'll just.
I'm just going to screenshot that. It's like, that constitutes a sale to me.
Is that 15 free postage or 25? Do you say? Oh, no, what was it?
Anything. I'd probably pay to take it away.
We got Carl in. How you doing,
Hey,
Carl?
Man.
Thanks for coming.
Hope you're well.
Right, let's scroll,
Anyone
and then
else?
we're gonna.
Before we move on to
Scrolly. I think John Luke said that, or someone said that.
Scrolly.
I can't remember. It was Kieran or someone.
Guys, can you get Peter to slow down and leave some VHS DVD combos for me next Wednesday? Oh, you're at the same car boot? Are you on a Wednesday with Lee?
Yeah, there's quite a few actually. It's probably about 4 or 5.
Right.
How
many a week would you say you pick up? Or a month, or whatever, if you want to average it.
Well, I got a ridiculous amount this time because the guy was there. I wouldn't normally. I don't normally pick them up all the time. I mean, I picked up, I think it was 10, but and in stock I've got about 4. So it's just like, it's not like I get them all the time. Price has got to be right, the model and the make have got to be right. So yeah.
What's that? It's Barkey Phone, not Barkey.
I know. Kieran's classic because he tries and gives me advice, but he gives me totally the wrong advice. So I knew it was Barkey Phone, but do you know about the question of sports card?
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, we haven't picked. I've passed it so many times in charity shops, everywhere.
John Luke and we were talking about yesterday, and it's just
Yeah.
gone berserk, hasn't it?
Yeah. But there's who's the boxer at the moment called Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Kieran messages me saying, I think the Tyson Fury card is worth a fortune. I'm like, this is from 1982 or whatever it is. I don't think Tyson Fury was born. But I do appreciate it, Kieran. You know, you're trying to help me out. But no, I've had 2 of those, so yeah, they're doing all right. Those. Yeah.
What's the price to get on the box?
Sorry,
did you take the card out? Or
yeah.
Out and set it.
But I've been trying to keep it quiet. So I showed I'd picked up the game, and then everyone in and I think someone told me in confidence. So I mean, it's out there now. So it's, you know, sort of cat's out of the bag. But someone told me, and then I kept getting messages on my chat, and I kept deleting them out because they kept sort of like pointing out that, you know, how much it was worth. But yeah, it's I've sold one. I've got another one up there. So yeah. It's Mike Tyson, not Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
So TK says, I auction big stuff, don't want to hang around, and stuff I'm not sure about with a big following. Got a load of Cindy stuff on auction. Yeah, I agree. You know, you're not sure on the price, as I said. And big stuff, that makes sense, because you don't, you know, you might not want it to.
And if you know the interest is going to be there, like, so if you've got a whole bundle of vintage Cindy, that's always going to get people attracted to it. So
and some of the oddities do well, but some of them don't.
Yeah, the niche stuff. But I think I see people do like a brand new iPhone on like 99p auction, because it's not going to go for 99p. I think
exactly.
It's
few people have said, I've searched for your Barkey Phone, Peter, but it's not showing up on the results.
Did you put Barkey and phone separate? Got to put them together.
That could be it. Perhaps I'll just stick Cookie Jar in there. I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me, because I've got this theory that what is it, after like a month or 3 months, your listings become sort of like defunct, and then after about 6 months they're totally dead. They're dead to eBay, so you're never going to find them. So that's why I always keep even though I might have had stock for years, after 6 months I will end it all, and then I'll list it again, and, you know, adjust the price down and all that sort of thing, just to redo the photos, redo the title, just to freshen it up. I mean, I'm thinking, after doing this listing challenge, I'm totally rethinking about how I might do all my storage, because before, I think I've done what most people do, kind of like all my shelves are labeled up, and I try and keep similar stuff in similar areas. But I might just go for like everything I listed in 1 week is on one shelf. So you know, like shops have week 1, week 2, week 3. Try and do that, so all the stock goes on a week 1 shelf, and then I'll be able to tell after like 20 weeks what's happened to week 1. You know, I think
we had that when we were doing our auction. When we were doing auction regular, we'd had like on a 2-week rota of like, so Thursday to Sunday or whatever, that would be week 1's lot of, and then when it changed, that would be next. So once the others are finishing, there's others that have just started. If that makes sense.
I think I might do that. I mean, it'll take a whole massive clear. You know, I'd have to clear everything out and put everything back, but I might do it.
Forget you had.
Chris said, all I get is T-Rex.
It's not a T-Rex. I've just sold a Rex out of Toy Story, actually. So I've just sold one of those. And that went for about 17.
Kieran's on the case.
What's Kieran done?
Kieran's just...
Okay, right. Are you ready for a few questions?
So obviously we run into 7 minutes to an hour. Are you okay to run over?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. I'm not doing any more listing tonight. So.
Okay, so it'll be about 1 a.m. Is that okay by the time we're finished? You're not in no rush. Number 1. No, I don't know. Right, okay. Do you want to start?
I was going to say, if anyone has got any questions that we have missed, just make sure you put them back in the chat, please, because we're a bit...
Oh, yeah, if we jump past and scroll. Okay, do we start? You start. Okay, so, number 1. When you started reselling, did you ever think you'd be making YouTube videos?
No, definitely not. So I'll go into that.
And you can explain if you want. Yeah.
Well, firstly, because I didn't know what I was doing when I started reselling. So I thought, why on earth would I try and make out I'd do anyone? Tell anyone how to do it. And then I thought they were a lot of them were a little bit cheesy.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just started doing it because I thought after 3 years, I wanted to put something out there which was pretty concise and pretty focused on reselling. So that's why I did it.
It's 3 years in total you've been reselling.
since 2000. Well, I've been on eBay since about 2004, and I had a bit of a splurge for about sort of 6 months of buying VHS tapes from car boots for 50p and selling them for a tenner. So I did that for about 6 months, but I was still working, and then I just forgot about eBay for probably about 10 years. And then 2016, late 2016, I started up full time. So yeah, straight in, bam, full time. Crazy.
And we went on your YouTube, and is it 10 months you've been doing
we scrolled
YouTube?
and just looking through.
God, it must be almost a year actually, because I think it was October. It seems like it was only a few months ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was October or November, and I started off going, yeah, this will be easy. I'll just do one video a day, and it'll just be what I'm doing, and I won't worry about editing too much. Yeah. And then after about 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, this is like...
yeah.
But you kind of... I don't spend a lot. Obviously, if you've ever seen any of my videos, it's obvious I don't spend a lot of time like tarting it up. But
to the point, which is what I think.
Yeah, I do like doing. I do want it to make it look a little bit better, but I don't want it taking up a lot of my time. So it is very much like, bish bosh bash. Is what I'm doing. Is what it's sold at. Is what I've got. But I'm trying not to repeat myself, which is always a kind of. You keep doing haul videos all the time, but at the moment, I'm doing a lot of sorting. So it's,
Yeah.
Well,
soon we might not be able to do sorting.
True. So. After Monday, we don't know if we can go to car boots, can we? I don't know how it's going to work.
Well, I almost didn't go to my last car boot. I was thinking, will I go? And then Bozza, came out and said all this. And I thought, oh Christ, I've got to go now. Otherwise, I'll just regret it. And then I got 10 video recorders. So there you go.
Done well.
It's worth it. Right, so what was the first video game you played and your favourite current game?
Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean, video game, you're probably talking... I remember when, like, Pong came out, and I remember my mum and dad we had, like, a video master, which was, like, football, tennis, golf thing, and that was, like, amazing. I got an Atari and had Pac-Man with that and Asteroids, love that.
You've always had different. You've always bought the consoles as they've come out.
Well, I mean, it's weird actually, because the actual console phase. So if you're talking about NES's, SNES's, I kind of skipped that. So when I was at university, Mega Drive was out. Yeah. So there was a lot of Sonic going on, and a lot of playing PGA like golf, and suddenly realizing that the sun's coming up and you can hear the milkman when you should be studying for your exams. So there's a lot of that going on. But yeah, I suppose, Sega played that. We used to play I think it was on the SNES, actually, or the NES. You had Tekken, but we used to play Tekken Bowl because it had a little side game of bowling in it. So there was the main fighting game, but you could choose an option in it just to do the bowling, and we just used to do the bowling game. So we used to play that quite a lot.
Games are the best.
Yeah, and then I bought the next console I bought. So I never actually had a PlayStation or anything like that. I got PlayStation 2, bought one game for it, which was Vice City, and I think it was the only game I had. Didn't get a PlayStation 3, didn't get a PlayStation 4, got a 360 for my boys really, and we've got an Xbox One for my boys.
PC or your Xbox One, or what would you be?
Well, I'm PC. I'll play on the PC. I'll just play Fortnite. That's all I play. And I might play a bit of Forza, or if they're doing Battlefront, I might sort of like play along with them, or put up with Minecraft if they're playing Minecraft. It's just a nightmare. But normally, I'd play like about an hour of Fortnite every evening. And I'm rubbish. I'm totally rubbish at it. And my eldest plays Fortnite as well. So
we saw the video that Z shared when you two were.
Both fine,
I don't know what. I mean, thing is with that, and I'll say it again, that he just doesn't listen. So if you seen the game, I'm saying to him for about 5 minutes, Z, I think we should leave. I'm going to get a helicopter, and he didn't go in. So next thing he knows, he's dead, and he just looks around and sees me flying off. So
you can't say you didn't warn him. So
I warned him. He just didn't take it in. But there you go.
I've just got a quick question because I don't want to miss it in the chat.
Go on.
Hola. Question: how do you do your accounts?
Well, I do a download off PayPal, and then so that takes into account a lot of income coming in, some of the expenses going out. So I'll do some formulas on that to tell me which is expenses and which is money coming in. And then I'll do a download from Amazon. So get any sales I've had on Amazon out of there. And then anything I'm buying, which is a lot of stuff from Car Boots, I will just keep on a tally sheet. Yeah. And I will tally individual items and how much I've paid. I don't worry about when it's sold, recording how much I've sold, that because that's all on the PayPal download. Yeah. So I think I've got like a workbook, and then I do one for mileage as well. And I've probably got this workbook's probably got about 4 or 5 sheets in it. It's got a summary sheet, and the summary sheet is the same format every month, so it can all go up at the end of the year.
All on the computer.
It's all on the computer, and I've it backed up in about 3 or 4 places.
Nice. Can I ask, what percentage are you Amazon to eBay, would you say?
At the moment, very little Amazon. I mean, I have had probably the maximum I've had up there is about 200 items, 300 items, but I tried to get into it and I could never source enough. I actually paid like the £30 a month for a while, but to do that, you need to be getting over 30 things every month to send up there. So you've got to be sending like maybe 4 or 5 boxes up there every month. And I just couldn't get it. And so I've really cut back. But it was weird because I hadn't had an Amazon sale for absolutely ages. And then I got one the other day for £100. There was a book up there and it went for £100. And I was like, oh my God, what's this? I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah.
It's weird how it can surprise you. But I think with Amazon, and some people in the chat may disagree, but if you can get a really good source and a regular amount, it's worth doing. But I tried retail arbitrage, I tried online arbitrage, I bought the software for online arbitrage, and I just couldn't get the numbers in. I find sourcing quite difficult to get good amounts of numbers. Even though I'm doing it quite a lot, I've got a lot of knowledge and I go out places quite a lot, but I still think I could get more. You know what I mean? It's difficult.
No, for sure.
I've seen.
So Martin's in. He says, "Hello, howdy, Mr. Sorry." Cheers.
Thanks very much.
So Chris Tyler said, "Found it. It's spelt phone. Someone has one up for 117."
There you go. So if you buy mine, you could try and sell it for 117. The thing is, that's not a sold, so I'm not too worried about it.
James says,
"Oh, what's that?" Hi, Peter. Everyone painting again, so clear from far. Hey, James.
He's trying to get his. What's he painting? Is he doing a portrait or something, or is he painting a room?
I'm going to guess a room, but it could be a self-portrait or something.
Yeah, it's a self-portrait of
maybe he's watching us and he's painting us. I don't know. Right, shall I go for another question?
Yes, go for another question.
So, you fixed a few things, but which was the most difficult and satisfying? Or satisfying, which?
God.
It will be that. I thought it was a fish. I thought the fish on the live.
I'm doing one soon. I'm going to try and fix a Game Gear, and I've got 2 of them to fix. I've got to recap it, which means I've got to strip out all the capacitors on it. And you have to be careful with capacitors because they can give you electric shocks basically. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So if I do that, I do it on live. It should be all right because they're only the ones in there are only small. It's like if you take apart a telly and there's a capacitor in there, you might actually kill yourself. But a Game Gear should be all right. I mean, 20 little capacitors soldering away. If I do that well, that would be good. Yeah. Apart from that, what else have I fixed? I mean, I've done a few kind of like game cubes and stuff, but they're relatively easy. I fixed a Dreamcast. That was quite nice. Yeah. So
I was liking in your video the other day what you were saying about if someone sells you something faulty, they feel like they've got one up on you, but then when you fix it, that's you then.
You're the last.
You're the last laugh.
A lot of people sort of say, "Is it worth the time?" But to me, it's more. It's not a case of the time. It's because you just sort of I quite like doing it. So that's one
Yeah.
thing. You're actually doing something you enjoy, and then when you do it, you build up your knowledge and you become more efficient at doing it. So, you know, the first time when I do this game gear, whenever I do it, it might take me like an hour, but the next time it might take me 20 minutes, and then I might be able to do them in 10 minutes. So, you know, yeah.
I heard you say before, it's not necessarily worth the money, the time, the money. But you said if you wanted to earn just earn money and not have an interest in it, you could go work in an office again.
Yeah. You wouldn't be reselling. Yeah, I mean, anyone who's in reselling because they think they're going to earn mega amounts of money is totally misguided, I think.
I don't fix stuff, so I can't say that. But I can understand. I appreciate.
You get a huge amount of satisfaction. I mean, the weird thing is with sort of like satisfaction and doing reselling. When I first started it was like a pound earned reselling feels like £10 anywhere else. So, you know, if you work in an office and, you know, to earn that pound, you're doing something you really don't like. But to earn that pound reselling, you know, you're doing something you really like. So it's a total. It's more than money. It's more than money, you know.
Definitely, sure. Definitely. I'll go for another.
Yes. So we got Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
It's the legend Zahir Malik is in the chat.
Oh, he is. I didn't see.
Right, let me.
He's in. He's graced us with his presence.
He has. Hello.
You may now be seated. He says. I already am.
Here he is. We got Dean. Hello, Z. Thanks for coming in. And we've also got Craig.
I'm loving Z's market store. It looks absolutely brilliant.
How did you do today? Hope you did well.
Yeah, I hope you've done well. It'll be great.
It looks like it's going from strength to strength, doesn't it? It's really.
The presentation seems to be like changing up. He's trying new things, and it just looks, it's looking great all the time. I'll say it'd be great to one day us do our reborn, rewild bag, like selling our bag stuff at a market the same as his, and I think we'd have good banter all day. You know, good chat. It'd be good.
Ricky said he's painted me like one of his friends.
Ricky, that's a picture in my head that I did not want to have. That's not what I wanted to be thinking. Right, come on, let's go. Next up, I think number Trez.
Trez. 12.
We've done that one.
Okay, no, we're not. Number 4. I can't even. Number four, yeah.
So obviously you said you've been traveling. Where is your favorite place or holiday been? And after lockdown, where is somewhere you'd like to go?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think my favorite was the year I had in Australia. That was just absolutely blinding. So that's a long time ago. I mean, I think I was 25.
Working or just traveling?
Well, the idea was to work. I got out there and spent a lot of time on Bondi Beach because I think I was there in about the November. So you had, you know, kind of like it was their summer, and then you had Christmas on Bondi Beach, and just absolutely mad. I think I got a job for about 3 weeks, and then I did sort of other bits and bobs as I was going around. I sold. There was this like beeswax furniture polish, which it was just somewhere, and I worked in a few hostels and bits and bobs like that. Really, somewhere I like to go. I mean, at the moment, we just go holidaying in the UK, so we don't really go abroad. I think eventually, when the kids are older, me and Liz will sort of like probably get like a. Well, we'll probably get a van to do Europe or something like that. Because I mean, we met on holiday. We met on a walking holiday in La Gomera. It's the Lesser Canary Islands. We were doing a walking holiday around there. So so we'll probably do something like that. But I mean, we'll just be looking forward to going to the Isle of Wight. So that's where we go at the moment.
Yeah. We're in Barkey. We're in Water. So yeah, you know, you come down past us.
No. We go the little one, the little ferry.
The little ferry.
No, it's I forget where it's from, but
okay, to the Isle of Wight.
Yeah. It's not a big ferry. It's just a small.
Yeah. From Portsmouth or not?
Not from Portsmouth.
Oh, not Portsmouth. Oh, okay, fair enough.
You can see Portsmouth. I mean, we were on the beach at the north of the Isle of Wight, and I've forgotten the name of the place. We always forget the names of places. And you can see that big spiky thing that's
Spinnaker Tower.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's because my brother used to live in Portsmouth, and I was like, I'm sure that was there when he was down there. But I mean, I'm talking 30 years ago, so
it was meant to be for the millennium, but
it overruns on it. But
right, I don't want to
yeah,
miss
I like
this.
the alloy. It's not a small space.
Lee says, I recently picked up an old calculator for £1.50 and sold it for £200.
I bet that was a Texas Instruments one.
We missed one on Sunday.
I've done a similar thing. I picked up an old calculator. I paid £1 for it, and I think I sold it. Hang on, let me just check it. I sold it for £4.
Oh, okay, right. Well, hey, you've got three calls to money. No. But yeah, we you good?
Yeah.
We missed a calculator on Sunday. There's like this old, I don't know what they're called, like bubble TVs. They're not a bubble, but you know when it's like real like old looking one. Yeah, and there was two. Yeah, you know, and it looked, I don't know, 60s or whatever, but there was two calculators on top of it. Like they looked gold. I ran over to them. They were like Texas Instrument ones. I was like, "How much a calculator?" Oh no, it's sold. And I'm looking at it, it definitely looks like the one that I saw recently sell for like £200. And I'm thinking, if you bought it and left it there, I'd put that in my pocket. Like that's big enough to put in your pocket. I can't hear it. Can you hear it? Talking. No, I'm sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My audio's gone.
Yeah, I have an headphone.
I'm not sharing an headphone. Wait, which one am I? Sorry, guys. Just do a test in 1, 2.
Testes. 1, 2, 3.
I can't hear what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
I did sell a calculator. I'll just keep talking. I did sell a calculator. It was a Panasonic one from the 70s, and it was boxed, and it was in mint condition, and that went for 180. So some of those calculators can really go for good money. But it's the only one I've ever had, though, you know. But that was nice, and it went to a real nerd as well. I mean, he absolutely loved it. I think
people can't be using them, surely. Are they just buying them to?
I think, just I've got a Sinclair calculator actually that I've got on at the moment, but unfortunately it's broken. But you know, I'm trying to get 25 for that. But it's really like bad quality, really badly made. It's a Sinclair. Like, remember they made Spectrums and stuff. And before they made Spectrums, they made calculators. So it's one of those.
Right, so what's your favourite sale bin so far this year?
My favourite sale. I've just had a £200 sale today, so that's pretty nice. And that's a set of Harry Potter books. And I've only just I've done 2 of those at 200 now. Original Bloomsbury. I used to sell them for probably about 70. And it was Shell who put me onto it. She was like, you know, always go for 150, no matter what the condition is.
Are they early editions or just?
Well, they're all. It's really the first 3 you want to worry about the edition, but they're all later prints, so there's nothing special there.
Because we've bought quite a few, but we haven't got around to piling them up and selling them yet. But we've never sold them. So,
but if you got them all in hardback and they're all like the first one I had, they were all in real mint condition. So I thought, well, I'll try and get 200 rather than 150, thinking I'll never do it, and it went. And these were all good condition, but I think it was Philosopher's Stone just had a tiny little rip, like in the dust cover. And I thought, well, I'll try 200 anyway. And I've been putting offers out for 180, and it just sold for 200 today. And I was like, this is nuts.
How much do you have into it?
Probably, I don't know, 10 or something. No, I think I would have picked up the first 3 in a box set, and then, you know, the others would have been £2 each or whatever.
Nice.
But even if the condition is a little bit frayed, minimum 150. You know, if they're all hardback, that is.
I would say you'd happily pay £2 for any hardback Harry Potter book.
Yeah, it's weird. I saw one at the boot fair yesterday. It was the Order of the Phoenix, the big yellow one, but he wanted. He's ridiculous. He wanted £4 for it, but I didn't buy it out of principle, which is just tough, really. And also, I haven't got the first 3, so I kind of think, well, I can pick up that one at any time later on for £1. If it had been the first 3, I would have paid like £20 for them, you know, because I know they're the difficult ones to get. So
yeah, and I think I need to learn more. Well, someone had 3. I can't remember what books they were, and if they were one of the first 3, I'll kick myself. But someone had 3 up for £2 each. I wanted to pay like 50p a pound. I haven't sold them, so there's a pile there that I haven't got round to. And then she went, "You can do a 3 for a £5 if you want." And I should have just done it. I should have just paid
it's
it.
weird that you can turn things down. I mean, I almost bought a rummy cup the other day, and I'll try to get it for £1. He wanted 3. I offered 2. I didn't want to go higher than 2. And I'm thinking, I'm just arguing over £1 here.
Yeah.
And, I might have got 15 quid for it. So you do still make money on it. But I was just like, it got to a point where I was like, oh, screw it, because I can get another one at some other time, for £1 less. TK is just saying that she's selling Harry Potters for 300. So be interested. Yeah, let me know if you do that, because I'm kind of regard 200 as the ceiling for hardback kind of standard Bloomsbury ones, nothing special. Someone offered 59. Yeah, say no to that. Yeah.
So, hey Sue, thank you for coming in.
Just Paul. You both last week you were sharing your 99p headphones. we were last time we weren't sharing. We were sharing for a second then, but we are back to not sharing our headphones.
It's
a 99p splitter. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've seen it.
This is famous. We might auction this off one day.
That's a piece of high technology. Right.
Well, let's get on. Let's get back to these before I forget which number we're on again. Number 5. So, who is your favourite reseller on YouTube?
Oh my god, that's tricky. Oh god, I should have thought about this. Well, obviously there's Nick, and because he's the first probably point that you go to. I used to like Ben Fitz. Ben Fitzpatrick. The stuff he used to pick up used to be just like quality. He used to get quality all the time. Yeah, absolutely amazing. So and he would have influenced a lot of people who would have started about the same time as me. Yeah. I know John Lucas talked about him, and I know George used to like watching him, and just people like Mrs. M. I used to watch a lot of her for a sort of like time management. She doesn't sell any of the stuff I sell, but sort of like when you look up some of her videos on how she does her time management, they were really good. Like Z for the honesty of it, really like that, and we wind each other up.
Yeah, no, it sounds great, and he's been doing it a few years. He's been doing it a few years now. Good guy. It's great. It's great.
Tom the English Picker. I used to, he's been great. He didn't do it for a couple of years. He's doing a few more videos now, but that's always very funny. He does his sort of dickhead of the weeks and things like that. So a lot of them are from when I initially started watching. I mean, there are some, really great channels out there. My masterpieces I really like because of the positivity. Actually, he's trying to get his Pokemon set. And Code Flipper as well. Like I say, I can watch him, and he's just like really gets across some really good kind of advice on clothes and labels and what to look out for. So there's always good ones. But I probably don't watch enough, to be honest. I love your obviously I love yours.
You're asking for us.
No, not us. No. I'm saying like
this one and this one and this one.
Yeah.
Well, what I liked about yours was yours straight away. You can tell what you're talking about. You can because you've been reselling for quite, well, you give that impression anyway. But you know what I mean? And it's again a positive vibe. I think it's so important to sort of try. I struggle giving. I'm a bit of a cynic, really. So sort of coming on and going, bish bash bosh and all this, trying to keep positive is quite difficult for me. But I do like people who do it. You do get a real good buzz off it if someone's doing well. You don't want to watch someone who's sort of like moaning all the time. So,
I would say, I see you and Lee quite similar, really informative. So you may not come on with like jokes and all this, but realistically, you don't necessarily need that. We might have that, but like where we lack, you guys have. If that makes sense.
I don't want to speak for Lee, but I'm, for me, it feels like there's got to be some sort of substance there. I don't want to sort of just come on and just do a video for the sake of doing the video.
still makes me laugh, and it's still a great channel. I'm just saying, information is key. That's what.
There's the occasional funny thing where I drop things and break them, but they're not deliberate. So.
There we go.
You are positive, Lee. We didn't.
I was going to say, sorry, Lee is in these. I'll put that.
I think Lee's getting more and more relaxed. Maybe the first video, because my first video, like I've watched it back, and it's like I'm reading the news. So I start off and go, "Welcome to the channel," and it's not at all kind of relaxed and easy going. It's like, what I'm planning to do for this channel is this. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like some newsreader.
But I think we all
trying to get
obviously we've only been on like 2 months or just over 2 months or whatever, but it seems to have gone really fast, and like we're still learning. We're definitely not where we want to be, or
it's hard. I love Indy's yoga channel as well. Indy, who was one of the first people I spoke to when I did reselling, because I was kind of one of those people for 3 years. I was just in Nick's chat, and people might sort of see the name and recognise the name, see Pete Cummins in there, yeah, it's him. And I recognise sort of people's names. And I spoke to Louise, and I spoke to Karin, but Indy was great. And she doesn't do a reselling channel, and she does a lot of stuff on Insta. Right, but she does do, it's mind, body, calm yoga. And, if you just feel like 20 minutes just trying to do some yoga or because you are sitting at your desk a lot, that is well worth checking out.
Yeah, that's the channel, guys. If anyone's not, really, really great. Just back to Craig was just saying, Brum Reseller, really helpful. Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram as well.
Yeah, my wife's a Brum, so.
Your wife's a Brummie.
Have you seen Brum Reseller, his Royal Mail auction video?
Yeah, disaster. £6. Was it £6 a bag?
It's got like 40,000 views.
Hits.
It's gone mental.
It's gone mad.
That's well done, dude. That's awesome.
Well, it's weird. I'm going to go out and have myself a disaster, because I'm going to have some nightmare with eBay or some seller scamming me, or perhaps I'll just go out and chuck 20 grand down the toilet. So it's I was watching that video and I was just like, that's so bad. But it's a scam. It is a scam. It's one of the latest scams. So
because we've got a question from Hola. Question for both Germany and Vinegar Jar. Do you think it's getting harder since more resellers on YouTube and eBay? Well, we are the new new YouTubers. So
could you stop, please? No. Stop it now. It's always changing. So there's certain things you can't stop. I don't know what it would be like if people didn't do it, but it's probably some things become more difficult, and some other areas you get information that helps you. And I think the overriding feeling is it's a positive thing, because the support is there, the community is there. I mean, you could probably talk to, message anyone in, out of hundreds of people who be in chats and just go, you don't really know me, but I saw you on this and I've got this, and can you help me? And they're going to say yes, which is better than just imagine if you did this and you were just in your room and you didn't speak to anyone and there was no community. It would be
for years until
when I originally resold in like 2004, that's what I did then. Didn't speak to anyone, and for my first 3 years, like I say, I was in the chat, but I really sort of kept myself away from any Facebook groups, or didn't interact that much, and I was doing it on my own. And since I've been doing YouTube and Instagram, I did Instagram to start with, and then I do YouTube more now. The actual positive thing, it does help with reselling. It probably gets a bit more competitive, but you have more knowledge. But the absolutely positive thing is the community, which does sound cheesy, but it is true.
It's such a good support system, and just
everyone's supportive.
And we all learn from each other. That's a good thing. I think Vinny or Ricky D was talking earlier, and they were saying it's like we all make each other better.
Yeah, because you learn from each other. And people will say, but if you tell your secrets or something, they won't, they can go buy that stuff. But realistically,
a few people have said that to us, actually, know that have found our channel.
Yeah,
I think there occasionally might be something that you don't divulge, but it's
majority.
A lot of stuff you do. The majority you do, and I mean, Vinny is really good. Again, Vinny took a break from YouTube, but I remember him from when he was originally on.
Okay.
And, you know, I just remember him saying that, because he sources a lot of stuff comes into his shop. And he said, I just remember him saying it's key to process it as soon as possible. So get it on, don't leave it hanging around, get it on straight away, look at it the day you have it and get it on. And I always remember that and try and do it. I don't always do it, but at least there's a bit of kind of knowledge and advice. And that's not like, you know, there's a question sport card out there that's worth £100. It's like, here's how you should be approaching it. And, you know, there are certain things like that. You know, I remember Tom the English Picker sort of saying, when I first started, I think I went to one car boot fair a week and just went around my local charity shops, and I thought that was good enough. And he was like, "Oh no, I go to about 5 a week," and that blew my mind. You know, you talk to people like, "No, it's all the time." Yeah, you realise what you got to do.
I'm just gonna say, bring up Master Peters, Ian. Evening. Hope you're well.
Pokemon.
And Sean's just said, I think it's relating to what we've just been saying. All the release sellers are fantastic and helpful. I can't
get anything done in the evening. You're killing my mojo. Is that because we're distracting him from listing?
Sorry,
I do apologise. Right, let's get back to.
Right, so we need to do these questions.
Yes. Sorry, we're coming up to 5:30. Sorry to take your time.
Yeah, that's right. Don't worry.
The quick questions have just been. It's good though. I'm loving it.
Long answers.
No problem at all.
It's good getting to know you, Marcel.
Definitely. So that is
So what is something you owned years ago or recently that you wish you still had?
Yes. So even as a kid, you might have thrown it away, and now it's I wish I still had that.
Well, originally I had loads of Star Wars figures, like original Star Wars figures.
Oh, really?
I had like the cardboard Death Star. I had all of that sort of stuff. And I kept some. The only thing I kept was I've still got my original X-Wing fighter. Okay. But I wish I'd kept like a lot more of my. I think I kept about 10 figures. But I have picked up. I've got a big collection of Star Wars, which I got off a relative who was selling it. He wanted to get rid of it, so I've got all of that. But it's not my original stuff, and it hasn't got a Death Star. So I kind of wish So I've got loads of Millennium Falcons and things, but I wish I had a Death Star. And I sold mine. I had an Amiga. This is a Commodore Amiga computer, and I sold that about 8 years ago. It was just kind of like in the gap between, you know, thinking it'll be worth I'd want it as some sort of sentimental value. It was like, well, it must have been when my eldest was born. I was just getting rid of stuff and got rid of it, and I think I sold it for £60, and someone came and picked it, and it had the box and everything. So I wish I'd kept that. But what's that? Sorry,
what would it be worth now for £60?
Probably. Maybe 100 or 150. I'm not too sure. I wish I kept my BMX. I had a BMX bike as well.
Oh, what did you have?
Just a burner, just like a blue burner.
Yeah. You still wish you had that?
I think the ones to get when I was about 11 was like the Diamondback was the absolutely top one. But if you're a bit more, you know, if you had a bit more cred, you might go for a Mongoose.
Yeah,
I just had a rally burner, so you know, nothing that great really.
Got you from A to B.
Yeah, exactly. You just try and do a wheelie on it or a bunny hop.
So Richard said, I had Freddie Mercury's spinning chair from the Going Slightly Mad video and sold it when I needed money. So gutted. Wow, that is an awesome thing to own. Though.
How much did you sell it for? What would that be worth?
It went on 99p on auctions.
A penny on it, and no one. It was collection only. No one in the area wanted it.
And Louisa said, we sold our Hero Quest at a car boot sale for £1 around 5 years ago.
Haven't they hit like 100 now?
I got a sealed one. I got a sealed one a couple of years ago.
I'll give you £2.
Yeah, I think I sold it for about 200 and something. So.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure the loose ones or open ones. I'm sure they're around 100 now. I can't. I maybe even more.
Vinny saying he had a Diamondback. Diamondbacks were like the of the BMX world in 1983 or whenever it was.
Wow.
Sold at a car boot for 24. So we all do.
I saw a rally chopper, the chopper bikes. My brother had a chopper bike, like an orange one. And they've got a real look. And there was one at the boot fair, all totally rusted up. And I asked him how much it was. I think what did he say? He said something ridiculous, like, I don't know if it was 150 or 400, but yeah, whatever it was just like.
Well, we sold, we mentioned before. We picked it up for free. So someone put a photo on Facebook saying any scrap metalers want to pick up all this metal. And obviously we didn't want all the metal, we just wanted the bike.
How much
did it go for?
We sold it for 250.
Yeah,
it was purple and pink, and it was apparently quite a rare colour. But
we used to get an orange one, and it had yellow writing, like chopper and yellow writing. Then you used to get a yellow one, and it had orange writing. I think they were two.
Yeah, I think they can go for good money. 300 for a wreck. There you go, your burner.
Rich said only got just over 300, but it was
yeah, I bet it will be a lot
that's
more
money
now.
in the bank. Money in the bank.
Okay, Vinny's just showing off now. 14 hero crests.
Louise had a grifter. I remember the grifter because the seat was a big spongy thing and it had nice thick tires on it. So yeah, grifters were good.
I think bikes are something that people connect with. You know, like
I
remember growing up, riding that, etc.
Right, let's go with these.
Yeah. So, what area of reselling do you want to learn more about? So it could be stock or a platform or a technique, just anything that you want to divulge more into. Certain line.
I would like to consider myself. I want to try and get to a point where I'm an expert in something, and that's what I'm going to talk about it on Wednesday because I've got Shell on, who's sort of does a lot of jewelry and she really knows what she's talking about, and Zahir. Got Xeon on, and he's an expert in RC, and he knows a lot about. He does know a lot about electricals from where he used to work, and I kind of don't consider myself an expert in anything. So I'd like to know more about cameras and things like that, and maybe get better at the fixing with the electricals. Clothes I could leave. I've tried to sort of get into clothes, but
I feel like too much people will just wear them and then send them back.
Yeah.
That's what worries me.
There's a lot of returns on clothes.
I think we sell sort of like, not specialise is the wrong word, but like rather than picking up clothes generally, we may pick up motorbike clothes, gear, or something more, or like a really funky hat or jacket or something.
Before we went travelling, we used to sell on Depop. So that was my little side hustle. I used to work at a nursery on my lunch break. Used to go charity shop, and that's when charity shops, even them, were easier to. Well, not easier.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, 4 years ago when I started doing this, and even prior to that, back in the day, I used to go around charity shops and pick up Adidas tracksuits, and you think this is great, this is fantastic. And 4 years ago, I could go around my local charity shops, spend a morning, and come back with 4 bags full, and go, great, let's get busy. Now I go out, I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2 things, and they're overpriced. So unless you're especially, I'm speaking for where I am, which is kind of southeast London, unless you've got some sort of contact who can source you clothing in bulk, I don't think clothing. Or for me, it's not worth it.
I know people do so well. Like Ricky does well on clothing. Obviously, I
think maybe people who maybe have got a little bit more knowledge, know their labels a bit better.
You've got to be, like in it full on, rather than like maybe ourselves who just a little bit.
It's hard. It's got harder. It's definitely got harder clothes.
Right. Well, if you want it, we sort of covered this, but we're still going to go. To
our favourite toy as a kid growing up.
And I know you did sort of mention Star Wars before.
Yeah, Star Wars. I had a Bionic Man. I used to love that. Evil Knievel. I had an Evil Knievel, one of those wind-up ones. So yeah. Wish I still had that. All the kind of 70s toys, really. I sold my Bionic Man not long ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Again, that's probably about 8 years ago. I was just kind of. I think I must have just been like, eBay. I can sell lots of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Then I shouldn't have done really, but there you go.
It's dangerous, but
it is dangerous.
Like the 70s toys are, at a car breach. If you see 70s toys, you're picking them up, aren't you? Like,
I never see them. I mean, I've seen 2 vintage Star Wars toys. I've never seen a Bionic Man. I've never seen an Evil Knievel. Very rarely sort of see a lot of retro stuff. So.
And if you do, you're fighting for it,
Exactly. People know what it is.
Of course. So this one, so we've got just 2 left, and we've got your best and worst sale. So it could be the best profit ever that you can remember that you've had, and then your worst. It could be you've actually lost money on, maybe, or something that just took so long to clean or fix, or just took so long to sell. It was your worst. So your best and worst.
Well, probably one of the best. Was it was a Pink Floyd 8-track cartridge. You know, you get those 8-track machines
Yeah,
that play music. But it was a quadraphonic version, and I picked up like an 8-track player. I think it cost me like, I don't know, 5 or 10 quid, and it had a load of cartridges with it. And it was one of the, so I sold the machine for maybe 30 quid or something. And this cartridge, I think it went for like 250 because it was a quadraphonic version of Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, and it went to the States. And that was when I was first started. I was in my first sort of summer of reselling.
Yeah. So it's not since like because I know vinyl and tape and everything have really shot up in the last.
It was because it was the quadraphonic version of it, which is sort of rare. One of the best pickups I did was I got the first 5 Terry Pratchett books, like true first edition, which are worth thousands, but I've never listed them because I'm sort of like, because if I put them on eBay and they'd sell, I'm not too sure how I send something worth like about $5,000. I'm not too sure how to go about it, which is silly, really.
Someone would insure it for. You probably have to pay £100 or something silly, but
and I didn't know whether to go to the Facebook groups either, because there's a lot of Pratchett Facebook groups and sell direct. The worst one I've had is probably I sold a TV VHS combo, like a big cathode ray tube, and that was £150 sale. And it got there and it was smashed. And I sort of said, at that time, I was always like, well, send it, can you send it back? Are they trying, even though he'd sent me photos. So I paid for him to send it back. Yeah. And I still had to fork out. So I'd pay 10 quid to get it there, 10 quid to get it back. But it only cost me 5 quid to actually buy. So you have to look at it that way around.
You didn't fix that one.
No, it was a side that was smashed, but late I had a piece of glassware. It sort of changed my mind how to do things, because I had some glassware fairly recently which arrived smashed, and she sent me a photo, and maybe 2 or 3 years ago I would have said make sure you return it, and now I was just see that it's broken, just refund it. So.
I think if you use the eBay return label, which is only like £3 or something, if it's higher value, we'll get it back. But I always ask for photos, so I will definitely not refund without the photos. Because
get the photo. I have a look at their profile, look at their feedbacks, and sort of take a view of it. So
no, I agree. Last one.
Who or what has been your
who or what? And
can't read this writing. Sorry,
my handwriting's awful. Who or what has been and may still be your biggest inspiration, and that could be life or reselling?
Oh my god.
we finished on a big one.
Well, I suppose when I think of my life, like so from the 70s, because you think at the moment it's a right old state at the moment, the world, isn't it? It's just like there's not a lot of inspirational people out there. There's just a load of idiots.
Donald Trump.
No, I mean there's no one out there to sort of look to and think, my God, they are such, I can take something from them. And when I think, I sort of grew up, and in when I was about 18, you had all the sort of Berlin Wall going down and all that going on, which was mad when that was happening. That was so exciting. But I think the most exciting thing I ever saw was when like Nelson Mandela came out of jail. And to think what he'd gone through for like years in prison and in that country where I was only young at the time, but you kind of got an idea of what South Africa was like, and it's probably by no means perfect now, but for him to go through what he went through in his life, from being in prison to being the president, is absolutely amazing. I mean, there's a lot of inspirational people out there, like Barack Obama, who's obviously, I'm listening to Michelle Obama's podcast at the moment, and they're just so positive. It's just like, it's just such a difference to the actual people that we kind of have in charge, who seem to be a bunch of idiots. But in terms of inspiration, I mean, you can't, go too wrong with quoting Nelson Mandela. So I'll probably say
definitely not. As a good, definitely good answer. In response to Anthony saying nothing wrong with Trump, I mean, there's good and bad to everyone, and don't get me wrong, he's a good leader in a sense, but there's good, you know.
We're not going to get politics.
No, not at all, not at all.
Sue's just said, right, we'll say a couple of things.
Peter's not going to give his opinion.
No. Right, so we'll probably end it at 4:45 if that's okay.
Yeah, another 5 minutes, Peter, is that okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Awesome.
So Sue said, someone messaged me to tell me an item was clearly broken, so I hadn't opened the package, so I asked them to return it. They left it over the case.
Just trying their luck. Definitely.
Just leave it there. Just leave it. No news is good news.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like Richards. Yeah.
Brian Blessed is my friend and my biggest inspiration. It's great advice.
Yeah,
he's fantastic, Brian Blessed. He's got a whole zoo at his house, and he's got so many stories. You know, if you ever see him being interviewed, he's crazy, and he's so interesting. He's done everything. He's been up like Everest and God knows what.
Cool.
No, definitely.
And then Chris has said 9/11 tomorrow. I can't believe it's 19 years ago. I know we were just saying that today.
Yeah. I was reading something earlier about figures and numbers, and just horrible, absolutely horrible. I
remember that. I remember being. I think that is a pivotal moment in my life that day, because I remember at the time, I was working in my office job, and I was getting really stressed with work, and waking up in the night thinking about work, and then that happened, and it just put everything in perspective in an instant. And whenever, for a long time, whenever sort of things got on, if work got on top or people were getting you down, I just thought of that day, and it would bring it all into sort of relief of what's important and what isn't important. And someone sort of saying, "Can you do this work for a deadline?" Blah blah. That wasn't important. What was important was, your life and how happy you are in your life. So yeah. But it's amazing. It's 19 years ago.
I was in reception.
Yeah. I was.
I don't remember much, but I do remember coming back from school and it being on the news.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you couldn't. People were trying to sort of get things on the internet, and the whole of the internet was down, and you had to sort of get a telly in, and actually, because everyone's trying to watch it on the BBC site and stuff. So.
On a more positive note. Richard said, "I love his animals and see him every week and hear some stories." Well, that is a great man to hear stories from.
Yeah,
definitely.
And Vinny said, Arnold Schwarzenegger's
6 rules for success. I've never seen that. No, very inspirational. If you haven't watched it, you should.
Oh well, we'll give that a look then. That's.
And Anthony said, "How many of the 6 are still?"
Yeah, one here.
So that is everything in the chat. Guys, if you do have any questions to get in just before we finish, but Peter, what is your plan for the rest of? What is your plan for the rest of the week? What have you? I know you're doing your listing challenge, but
listing challenge. So tomorrow is the last day, so I've got to run around I'm going to try and get. So I've done 20 on Monday, 20 on Tuesday. I think I did 19 Wednesday, done 18 today. So I might try and do like 23 tomorrow, just so I average out like 20 a day. And then Saturday I got a boot fair. Sunday I got a boot fair. Monday I'll collapse. So that'll be me. Yeah, just give up reselling. Yeah, packaging. I've got some packaging to do. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's mad. It's mad. But I mean, it's nice when things sell. But and then like, you have to you see like a pile of stuff you got a package. You're like,
once it's out the door,
it's nice when it's gone.
Yeah, definitely.
I can make a complete mess whenever I'm packaging, so then I have to tidy up. And
definitely. I saw someone's page on Instagram. I think it's Tudor family reselling, something like that, and they had recently just pre-packaged a wall of boxes in their office or something, with the label of what's on each thing, which I thought was an awesome idea because once it sells, it's done. But what if someone asks a question and they want to see a close-up?
I did think, when I first started reselling, I did think about that, and I remember asking Z on one of his sort of streams, "Do you ever pre-package stuff?" And he was like, "What? Why on earth would you do that?" I'm lucky if I've got the right box size in. So I've been listing all these VCR players. If they all sell, I'm completely screwed because I haven't got the boxes for them. I'll be like up Sainsbury's going,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So Rich just said then, I filmed Brian on my channel for the 40 years of first born on Skype with Flash Sam Jones. Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Right. So to round up, Peter, I'm going to say it again, and everyone in the chat, if you haven't already, go check Peter out. What can they expect to see on your channel, Peter, if they haven't already?
Well, absolutely nothing about vinegar. Nothing about vinegar. At the moment, there's lots of haul videos because I'm doing lots of sourcing, but there is the odd repair video chucked in, and some of my older videos kind of like have me digging a pond and things like that.
As you do.
Leanne loves that. She always sort of says, "Do another pond video," because that was from scratch. It was from a hole. It was at the start of lockdown because we did it as a sort of lockdown project. So you see it as a whole, and then now it's brilliant. There's like toads and frogs and newts in there.
I love the garden. I love nature now. So it's nice.
It's just, I think it's how you said it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what he was going to say. So yeah, I built a pond.
Yeah, it's a bit unexpected, but yeah. So there's some pond in there and stuff.
Yeah. No, awesome.
But, yeah. It's mainly about reselling. My videos, I do try and keep them to sort of like 10, 15 minutes. But apart from Monday, where I do a live at 11 a.m., which is like a list 5 live to sort of get up and running with listing for the week. That's sort of my regular live slot.
Yeah, no, awesome. Right. So, what was that last one?
Leanne said, "I do love."
Oh, there you go. There's Leanne as well. Yeah. So Leanne says, "I do love pond."
Yeah. Everyone needs a pond.
A few trying to scam. You learn by certain addresses. I sell with economy delivery using the raw mail. When in doubt, I use tracked. Don't let them know they do that daft. They still say not arrived. Yeah,
we always
send everything tracked. But yes, Peter, I'd like to say thank you so much for the chat this evening.
Well, thanks for having me on.
It's been a real pleasure. It's been lots of laughs and some real good answers and great show and tell. That tune you played, man, I need to get a download copy of that. So.
I'm going to sell that Barkey phone though. Yeah, I'm definitely going to sell him. He's got to go.
Yeah, guys, last chance.
Chat, last chance.
A special in-chat purchase. What is the price? They buy right now? How much?
We could have it for 15 quid.
15 quid. Drop him a message now.
Instagram as well.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Right. So thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Please smash that like button, as it really does help us out. It really does help. So we will see you same time next Thursday. Hopefully with a new MacBook charger. With a new MacBook charger. We haven't booked our guest in yet. But we will drop them a message. We've got a list of people who we're asking. So we're going to hopefully say yes, and we'll let you know who it is. But Peter, thank you ever so much.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
And thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.
Have a good week.
Bye.